The tree out on the island's going yellow, and the winter flood is coming to wash them all away, and the walnuts going brown up in the branches. We get a thimble full of sunlight coming every other day, but I still go out and play. And they're selling paperbacks for $1 at the First United. Just down the way, they got an old electric organ in the front yard, and they got boxes full of shit they couldn't hope to give away. They got tickets for all the lessons Christmas Day, and I sing along. I know the words of my favorite songs, and I'm sure that I don't know what they mean. And I wanna climb up every hill that I see and scream. You don't know how much you need me. And they're blowing on them out of both the end zones, and they're warming up the lights before the game. We'll huddle close together on the bleachers. We'll help her home until the voices are one and the same. We'll pass around the bottle between plays. One more touchdown. One more hard crash. One more long walk through the tall grass. And I sing along, and I know the words of my favorite songs, and I'm sure that I don't know what they mean. And I wanna climb up every hill that I see and scream. You don't know how much you need me. It goes around like
Hi, Shane.
one more beach glass. One more
Thank you, Kelsey.
through the tall grass.
We hoped that they would believe in us. Then they told us that we were never going to make it. They told us to take a different path. And they warned us to keep our day jobs. That it just wasn't our time. That we were never gonna make it. They whispered in our ears, "You should just give up." They cried and screamed, "But you're gonna fail." Let's create. Don't do that.
Good morning, artist.
Payetteart, get the motherfucking best.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Good morning, artist.
Good morning, artists. Get those sketchbooks out because we are not tired. No, we have been awakened. We are not hungry. No, we are starving. Get the paints out because today we are not done. We are artists, and today has just begun. Let's create.
Good morning, artist. Good morning, artist.
They kept on asking, but why are we here? We are here to overcome, to listen, to learn, and to grow. We are here to become better artists, and dare I say, better people. Yes! Calling all artists! We are done losing, and we are done standing still. Today, we are going to make our best art. We are going to break our boundaries, to discover new ground, so we can build a new world. This isn't about finding ourselves. This is about discovering everything. Yes! We are artists. We are artists. And we will not be stopped. Welcome, comrades. My name is Dustyn Payette. And this is Good Morning Artist. Yeah, we're here. We're here with Ben Baker.
Woo! What's up, team?
Everybody, give him a round of applause if you're here. That is amazing. Now, Ben, I got something to say to you. I'm kind of starstruck a little bit
Oh.
because
Who's here?
no, it's about you. It's about you. Let me turn on my music a little bit. You're the most famous poet I know.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're the most famous poet I know. But like the thing is like, yeah, I mean, I wish I knew more famous poets. Like, I don't know Maya Angelou, and then everybody else I know is dead.
Yeah.
Chat, do you
Part of the program.
now? Chat, come on. Echuria, thank you for being here. Chat, go ahead and put in your favorite artist, and let me know if anybody knows anybody that has lived in the last 50 years. I want to know. I want to know. Chat, give me something involved here. Now, okay, Ben, you probably have a modern poet. What kind of
Sure.
modern poet would you recommend?
Modern poets that I like.
Maybe someone recent.
Yeah, there's a woman I think of our sort of generation named Natalie Shapiro, who I really enjoy.
Natalie Shapiro. Okay.
She's maybe like an NYU professor or something.
All right, guys, get in on it.
Written some cool stuff. Other living poets.
Yeah, a poet, Echuria. Do you have one? Who do we got? Natalie Shapiro. That's us. That's us.
That's us.
That's Ben. Okay. I mean, I like Allen Ginsberg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of my
Okay,
favorites.
see, that's something I like. Obviously,
Yeah,
maybe.
he's someone that got me into. He was one of the like really foundational poets for me that I sort of checked out and was like, oh yeah, poetry is pretty dope.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's how I kind of got into a little bit of poetry too, because I was reading Ginsberg and maybe some of the beat poets, and and I dig it. And I was reading On the Road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, classic.
And stuff like that. And then that's not really poetry, but you know, we're in the ballpark, right? Okay, Arthur Greenleaf Holmes. Okay, you got any info on that?
No, never
right.
heard about it, but I'm excited to have heard about it now.
All right, Arthur Greenleaf Holmes. Thank you, Shane Achiria, for chopping that one in. Achiria's got a great game channel that we like to visit here and there. He's telling me that I need to get back in on Warzone, though, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I'm ready to go for Warzone, though. Ben, you play video games?
Not so much. I played some computer games as a kid, but...
Is that why you write poetry?
Yeah, I was too busy doing other stuff.
No, Ben, you don't just write poetry. I hear you're writing a whole book right now. Is that true?
Yeah, I write prose. I write short stories, some of which have been published recently. I'm working on a novel, which I've been working on for...
A novel.
Embarrassingly long.
Working on a novel has gotten kind of novel these days.
Sure, yeah, it's the thing to do. Everybody's got an unfinished novel or a play or something somewhere.
Okay, so like I've been trying to write a comic basically. I'm like halfway through like 3 comics. And here's the problem I'm running into. The ideas always are easy to form, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you're getting to the middle point of the book, and that's really where it really gets
thick.
Yeah, because like you kind of most of the time I imagine most guys kind of know the ending.
Sure.
You know,
yeah.
Any writers, you guys chat, you guys tell me out there. So a lot of times you know the ending, and then you got like this cool idea for the beginning, and the whole thing is all this middle part.
Yeah, I feel that. I think for prose, I get really caught up in that, and that's what's so nice about writing songs and poems is they're not necessarily as narrative.
You're right.
But I like really aggressively timeline and like outline.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm actually writing sentences, I pretty much know I'm hitting sort of my micro waypoints, and then like you said, the big sort of narrative steps in a.
Yes, I know my other friend Dave. He's told me that a lot. You really have to break down your story a little bit. And little goal markers type of thing. So
for like my novel, it takes place over the course of a year, and I literally have a physical calendar on which I've like written what happens on every day.
Well, that's amazing.
So that helps me.
The specific timeline of 1 year, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what inspired you to kind of like limit it down to 1 year? This novel idea.
It seemed fun.
Yeah,
it seemed like a fun framework.
Is that like a haiku? Like you build these boxes, but then like within these boxes, there's like you're in different galaxies, right?
Right, and it's like they say that a lot in different fields. It's like limitations in a way make you more creative.
Now, Ben, check out about this limitation though that I just discovered kind of recently. I'm there jamming with my band in chat. Let me tell you if you I'm jamming with my band, right? And we're like in the middle of the song.
Sure.
And I was thinking, wow, look at this prison I've built myself. Because like I can't really leave this song. I'm the drummer.
Sure.
Like if I leave the song, what happens?
It's a good question.
Like everyone gets mad and it's upsetting. It's jarring. It's like you can't leave it. But you've also made this commitment. So you're also trapped into your own commitment. Mm-hmm.
You've also made a commitment to just create something.
But then,
and you, in a lot of ways, in traditional sort of forms, right, whether that's poetry or songs or whatever. Yeah. When you're sort of in that halfway point, there is the impulse and often the requirement to sort of take the first half and, call it back in the second half, right? After you hit that first chorus, you've got to do 2 more verses that sound like verse 1 and verse 2. Yeah, because it kind of... Or, you have to, right? Or like, what if you just did 1 chorus? Yeah. It wouldn't work, right? I like starting songs. I like starting songs with choruses. Well, I love starting a song with chorus. 1 chorus is great. Yeah. Yeah. No chorus is great. Yeah. And that's the thing is you're limited in terms of your framework, but there's an unlimited number of frameworks. Yeah. If you say I'm going to write a song with 1 chorus, then you've gone off book if you write a song with 2 choruses, right? Then your expectation is I'm going to write a song with 1 chorus, or I'm going to write a poem with 7 syllables in the first line and 5 in the second and 7 at the end again. Or, it's like, then you're fully able to create within that because that is then the parameters. That's the world you've created for yourself.
It's like this. The world, it's like a box, but it's an endless box.
Exactly. And there's endless numbers of boxes. The box itself is finite, but there's endless numbers of boxes. All
right, Chad, thanks for being here. Make sure you guys share the page. We are here with Ben Baker. If you guys want stickers, just DM me or hit up Ben. I'm going to give these to Ben right now. Those are your responsibility. Ben, share those out in the world. Guys, please go to all the pages that I have. Good Morning Artist has a YouTube, a TikTok, Instagram, a Twitter, a Hoodooey, Twitch, a Pantera. A Pandora. No, a Patreon. That's what it is. I don't even know what these are. People are like, Dusty, do you have a .com? And I say, no, I have all these.
I have all the other
Like, what do you want me to do? Like, how many things? Now, Ben, what do you have, though, for your music websites?
Yeah, I have very little.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram are kind of where I spend most of my time.
Okay.
The ats, the handles, whatever you want to call it, for those are both Croc Baker.
Yeah, okay.
CROCBAKER.
Croc Baker!
And that's sort of catch-all for my own sort of life stuff and writing and music.
I think didn't we have the Bandcamp up?
You did.
Where did it go?
That's true, I do have a Bandcamp as well. It's in there somewhere.
No, I think I lost it.
Bandcamp, my current stuff is also at crocbaker.bandcamp.com.
Let's go look at it. Again.
Yeah, we can hit both of them.
We're gonna. Show me the one that you want.
The new one is Croc Baker.
Croc Baker. Yeah, let's show them that one.
That's me, top one. That one, Crocodile. So my band is currently called That One Crocodile.
We're gonna check it out.
I've got.
We got a Jerry saying hi here.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Button. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, man? We're just here with Ben. We're gonna do some poetry soon. We're gonna do some art soon. But right now we're just chatting and we're checking out Ben's Bandcamp here.
Jeremy is the songwriter in a band called Growl Bear.
Really?
Out of the region. We just played a show with them day before yesterday. They're up and coming, pandemic formed country band.
All right, I love it. Nice to have you guys. Welcome to the show, and I'm trying to get this actually on screen better. Here, watch this, guys. Watch this. Bam. That was unbelievable. Yeah, how loud is that noise? Pretty high up in the mix. Okay, so Hotel Throat, That One Crocodile, Bandcamp. All right, what other websites do you have?
So all my old stuff. My band used to be called Doc Baker's Traveling Musicological Extravaganza.
Doc Baker's on there.
Doc Baker's on there. That's all the old stuff. That's where most of it lives right now.
We lost it.
Oh no, I'm not even on the. I'm not even on the list.
We lost
of Doc
it.
Baker's.
Here's you though. Here's
me.
you. Here's you from the advertisement. You're looking good.
Thank you. This was a great rendition.
Yeah, I kind of wanted. I was looking for things to do. But I liked how you were just working here, and you record now.
Yes. So this image is derived from a picture.
Yeah.
Down in my studio, which is called Canada Way Records.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been there.
You have. I'm in a new.
I'm sure it's a little bit different now.
Yeah,
right?
new enough spot now. Started moving in like 2018.
Yeah.
Built out in the basement of this house. You were in it when it was so pretty much an empty room.
Yeah.
And right now it's 2 rooms: front room, back room. We got a tracking room and a control room. Sounds great. I'm super happy with it.
Louise says, reminds me of Jet Grind Radio. Dope. I don't know what reminds you of Ben. Does Ben or his music?
I mean, I'll take both.
Or is it me?
Speaking of video games, Jet Grind Radio is a great game.
Is it? I've never played that one.
Shout out to Luis Sanchez, Juni Arts. He's a producer and a rapper. Good friend of mine.
Awesome. Maybe Louise can have an opinion on what makes a great snare tone. Then, what makes a great snare? Ben, what? Give me one thing.
One thing that makes a great snare tone.
Yeah.
A great snare drum.
A great snare drum. I like that. That's a good strategy. It really is. It's a good strategy. Now, like, the thing is though, that overlaps the debate still, though. Like, what makes a good snare drum?
Sure.
I find, like, I wanted to experiment with snares or tones over the years, but, like, I feel like the producer that I usually go to won't let me.
Okay.
And his theory is that it should just sound like a snare.
Sure.
Like, you know, like, you just want to... So, like, we're always in the middle ground.
Right, but there's, like, so many different snares.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's so interesting because it's like I can get so hung up on miking a snare specifically, which is hilarious that you brought that up because you get so hung up on like, oh, this doesn't sound right or this doesn't sound like a snare drum.
Yeah.
But then you like listen back to any song and you're like, oh damn, that's their snare. Like they let that, and it's like, I'm trying to think of a particularly like hilarious snare tone in a song that I love, but it's like once it's in the song and anybody else besides you is listening to it, they're like, oh, that's the snare drum for this song. Cool.
Yeah, they don't. You move on. They don't recognize anything out because that's the first thing they got right in their head. A snare that fits the mix, says Louise. That's true too because like if I'm doing maybe some country, I can't have that like high pitched snare they do in like hip hop songs and stuff. Maybe
you retune the snare, you treat it differently. It's like I mean the sort of snare tone for me is always like old Beatles records,
right?
And that snare is like it's just noise, like it's just distortion.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to get a snare to cut through a mix. I'll almost always put some distortion on a snare drum.
A little bit, huh?
Just a little bit.
What about a little reverb? Any snapback?
Sometimes. Or
does that sound make it weaker sometimes?
It depends on the song, again, for sure. And that's one thing I've been experimenting with recently in mixes, which I'm doing, where instead of putting reverb on the entire drum kit, I'll just put it on the snare. Or if like it's a song where there's big tom fills, I'll just put it on the toms.
Yeah.
So you're not muddying up the whole drum kit, but when you do the sort of thing that's defining the rhythm, you get a little more. And never a ton. Sometimes a ton for effect, but if you're doing just like room tone, just a little bit on there helps it sit just a little bit better.
Room tone, like outer space room tone.
Outer space tone.
A little bit. We are going to write a poem, and we are going to need your help, chat, so please stick around, hang out with us. We're going to go back and forth and work, just probably write one of the greatest poems, I think, ever. Like, I'm already, like, I can't wait. I'm already zoned in, so chat, you guys stick around for that. Thank you for being here. Ben is just like so many skills that I know. It's hard to like really like pin down what I want to talk to you about today. Yeah. Like, because you're like a Renaissance man a little bit. I don't want to give you too much credit, though.
It's better.
I don't want to inflate your ego too much here.
No, of course not. No, it's better than being bored.
A snare with a short tail and a compression of 10-to-1 ratio, New York style. Yes. Okay, now we got something here.
And that's another cool thing. It's like, hearing that from Lewis is he's pulling that off of samples, right?
Yeah,
So I'm sitting there trying to put a mic on a snare drum for 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And somebody else is like grabbing samples, and those are both equally valid approaches if it serves the song, once I get my new record out, I'm hoping to like really dive into sampling and like make a more sample-based record next. And Lewis is a guru of mine for that. He's getting me into FL Studio and showing me how to sample stuff.
Florida Studio, I love that. That's awesome. Finger Lake Studio is even better.
Studio.
Now, as a drummer for my entire life, okay, so since I was like 13, 14, I get my first drum set. I've been playing bands the whole time. Here's something that I love to do to musicians that make them so mad. Let me tell you.
Yes.
You're in the middle of the song, and kick on 1, snare on 3.
Sure.
We're not complicated.
No.
We flip that. The snare on 1, kick on 3. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. It really pisses them off. And then if they're like trying to write, and then you do that to them, they're like, you don't like what they're writing, and you do snare on 1. That's just funny stuff. Now, I hope my guys are listening. I hope my guys in my band are listening to that. All right, we got some chat coming in. We got Jesus, big fan of experimentation. The snare in the intro to Kaldar Lure by Carnival is a tuned-up piccolo snare with processing on it to really make it ping hard.
Sweet, I don't know that song.
Oh, wow. Should we check it out? But that wouldn't sound right as a snare for a whole tune. It's used as an accent in an intro. I see what you're saying.
Switch up the sound.
Yeah,
switch up the rhythm.
It's cool too when they do that like thing where it's like it sounds like it's underwater, and then the song comes in full. And you're like,
well, it's like what you're saying about like swapping the 1 and the 3. It's like it's again talking about that framework. It's like a framework is just expectations.
Yeah.
Right. It's like 99.9% of songs do it this way, so that's the way that people expect to hear it. But when
it is.
You can add interest, and you can do that in poems and everything else too. Is like you can add interest by doing something really unexpected. Right.
But like I feel like there's an artist, like there's some con work to do that though first. Mm-hmm. Like first, I don't know what kind of framework, or if you have to, maybe you're establishing no framework.
Right.
I don't know what you have to establish something, right? And like I feel like this is in music, okay?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You establish the note, right? And then you decide where you're gonna go with that. Are you gonna make tension, or are you gonna make like it feel good?
Right. Are people gonna notice?
Are you gonna make it feel sad from that moment? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you get into painting and everything and all this other stuff, there's a lot similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I first have to establish a note. Like I have to establish a point, right?
Yeah, a baseline to work from.
And then that's where the con starts.
Sort of the first rule.
That's where the con comes in. Then we're like, all right, now we're gonna manipulate our person here.
Mm-hmm. And if you're doing something really outside of the norm, you either have to really sell it, or you have to really earn it. Yeah. Right? You can go about it two ways.
Right.
You can either get people on your side so they support you doing it, or you do it so well or so hard, you commit to it so much that they just go with you for the ride.
Yeah. I love that art where you're like, it was so simple of an idea, and you're like, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Mm-hmm, like it, you know, and like it was so simple, and like sometimes artists just nail things like that. Yeah. And then there's that art that's just so profound. But what started your path in creating? Was it writing? Was it music though?
Like very, very first.
Yeah.
Probably writing as a kid, as like a elementary school, middle schooler. I was really into writing stories.
Yeah.
I wasn't so much writing poems then that I can remember. But I was also sort of in parallel. I was like recording. I wasn't recording music yet, but I was doing a lot of I was carrying around a little Radio Shack tape recorder with me sort of everywhere and just like recording myself talking or like my friends talking or little skits that my friends and I would do. So
I love that.
I didn't start recording music really till I was like in 8th or 9th grade, but I sort of think back to that. I was like, oh yeah, like I sort of was recording forever.
Right.
But yeah, writing I think probably started it for sure. And then in school, I was in like concert bands, so I started playing in bands such as it is.
Yeah.
In like 4th or 5th grade, and then I started starting rock bands.
Yeah.
By the time I was in high school, so it progressed through.
What I love about all those things, and it feels like I do a lot of those things too, it is like you start doing them and you just never stop. Mm-hmm. It's like it's just this thing. It keeps going on and on forever. I don't know. People are like, when are you gonna stop playing music? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And it's like that's almost part of why it's so hard to think back to what I did first. It's like I was always doing something.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part, like I said earlier, about doing a bunch of things is if you get bored of one thing, you just go to another thing.
Yeah.
And you're never bored.
Yeah. I mean, like I feel like I'm a little ADD and I've learned to function ADD, and I think a lot of artists are like that.
Yeah, and it helps to have multiple outlets. You know, it's like sometimes when I'm writing something is when I have a really good idea for like a mix I'm working on. Or if I'm mixing, I'll be like, ooh, that's where I need to go. You know, that's the next point I need to hit in the story. Or that's a great line for a poem.
Yeah, that's when the juices are flowing, man. Mm-hmm. I love that. Okay, so chat, we're gonna come right back. We're gonna do a little break, and we're gonna write a poem with Ben. And I think
it's gonna be.
What's the height of publishing in a poem?
The height of publishing in a poem in
Twitter?
In terms of selling out, or in terms of me, like
I don't know.
Get an anthology somewhere.
Yeah.
The height of publishing a poem for me is printing it on a piece of paper and wheat pasting it on a wall.
Yeah.
But for other people.
For poetry, that might be close to the height of poetry in general these days. But that's the thing, like, guys, this is an art show, and we're going to take it to the upper levels of artistic expression here.
Somewhere.
Up next.
Once we write our poem on here, we're going to take it, we're going to wheat paste it somewhere up in Rochester, and y'all have to go find it.
I love that idea. I love that. We're going to make you guys find it. Guys, chat is still available if I ever get pointing to the right direction. Please share the page. We're going to do some poetry up next. We're going to do a little break. I've been here with Ben Baker. So awesome. Really an honor. It's been a while. I'm trying to get you in here, you know. We had to, have people talk to other people. All right. What do you guys, what do you think about my new band, Sleazy Deezy.
On this journey now, and get what you desire in life. He will show you how. Gather what you can invest, give it your best, and let the wizard take care of the rest.
We need some like theme for the poem. Here we go. Theme for the poem. Shit, help. Help. Okay. I think one theme could be maybe peanut butter.
Classic. Half of the great sandwich.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably not a lot of poems that are about peanut butter. We got some help here. That canvas in the back inspired me to finish my painting I've been putting off. Easel, I mean. Oh, well.
Oh, word.
Hey, get at it. Thank you, man. Definitely love hearing that because that's what the show is definitely about. It's just about really just doing art in front of people because I don't think it happens very often.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Space. Space could be a theme. Could be the combo theme there.
Space peanut butter.
Space peanut butter. Restaurant. All right, that's the thing.
There we go.
I can't think of anything else, really. We just combined 3 things. Chat, you're a old lady if you have any ideas, but thank you for being here anyways. So the theme to this magic poem that we are writing, the greatest poem that's ever been made in the entire world, the theme is Peanut Butter Space Restaurant.
I've got a great first line. Let me go first.
Okay, but you can go first, but we have to do 2 more things before we can start this. Okay.
We gotta set more of a framework. We gotta create our box.
Parameters, okay? So where was that? What was that? Space Peanut Butter was the theme. Space Peanut Butter Restaurant. Okay. Now we need to go. Let's get 5 emotions that we had to go and deal with. Okay.
5 emotions. Hunger.
Hunger, okay. Alright. I'm gonna go with obviously sad.
Sure. Classic.
And then we'll go with happy.
Juxtaposition, we love it.
Maybe melancholy.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great poetic.
And then I think just like anger, right?
Yeah. Ended angry.
Okay, so those are our 5 emotions. Now, the other person will get to pick which emotion you have to write in to the line.
I love it.
And then there's going to be one more thing. One more. What do they call this? Variant?
Yeah. Variable.
Variable. Okay, style.
All right.
We'll do 5 styles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm just going to say, beat, poet.
Yep, sure. Like,
Chat, you can help us out. Styles of poetry.
Like,
You could protest.
Yeah, sure. Or like, you could say like slam.
Slam. Sure.
You do like you've heard any of the like imagist poets?
Imagist? I'm not familiar.
Like early 20th century, like very, like very like metaphor based and.
Okay. Metaphor based. Okay, I'm thinking like 16th century or something.
Yeah. I don't know how to count any of that meter, the iambic pentameter and stuff.
Maybe just something they would say.
Sure,
I don't know. And then maybe someone from the future, just in general.
Future poetry.
Future poetry is a style. It's a whole genre we just invented right now.
My when I was in my undergrad, I got an English degree, for what it's worth, and my degree was in 20th century poetry, and I really wanted it to be in 21st century poetry. But my advisor at the time wouldn't let me do it. It was like 2007,
Right.
But I really wanted it to be 21st century poetry.
I took modern poetry. Like...
Is that where you read Ginsberg?
Like Sylvia Plath, Ginsberg. Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah. Chat, give me some round of applause. We got some really educated guys. We've read some poetry in our lives.
We're doing it.
Leaves of Grass. I don't think has anybody actually just read straight through. Would that be impossible?
It's not that long.
It's not that long?
There's a lot of different versions.
See, you're probably a more dedicated reader than I am. And I love you for that.
That's like, honestly, when you asked me earlier about like poets that I'm into now, it's like, I don't honestly read that much poetry.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's like, as a musician, I consume a lot of music.
Yeah.
As a prose writer, I consume a lot of fiction.
Right.
But I don't read that much poetry because not that much poetry is interesting to me, to be completely honest. Like, it takes a specific poem to turn me on, and it's never like it has to do this thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of poems just don't do a thing that I'm into.
Right. I agree. I think a lot of people have that reaction to poetry. I just see less of it. So it's fun to get together with Ben, who has some English degree.
Some degree of English.
Some degree of English lessons, and is the thing is like working with an English teacher. I send him the advertisement. Of course, I had something spelled wrong. And what was he gonna do? He's an English teacher. He had to tell me.
He had to tell me.
Okay, so you wanted first dibs on this writing, though.
Maybe. I had a great first line, but it doesn't mean it's the only one.
You're not, you're not even sure if that's the one anymore. I'm still looking for the marker.
Yeah. Will it show up on your...
Yeah, I don't know how much they can see it anyway.
Anything's showing up. That's all right.
We're gonna tell you guys.
We're doing it live.
All right. So we are writing a poem about a peanut butter space restaurant.
All right, give me my frame.
And here we go. Ben's gonna write the first line, and I gotta give him this is the challenge board, and I'm gonna give him. Let's just go with hunger right away.
Sure.
And then I want him to do it in the style of a 16th century poet to start off. So give it your all here. Take your time. I'm pretty entertaining, so
sure.
You just write it, and then I'll read it back. How about we do that? Because people can't see what you're writing. So then he's gonna write it in secret, and then I'm gonna say what it is, and then the next line I'm gonna have to write, and then we have these little variants that we're gonna be able to play with, and Ben's probably gonna either challenge me or make it funny, I'm sure. And there's nobody else on the internet has just two random guys in the attic writing poetry. Okay, I guarantee you. I guess we're the only ones. So if you're watching, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching us. Write some just ingenious poetry. He's taking it really seriously here too, and I can't wait to see what he says here. Are you in? You got your first line in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see here. What does Ben have here? In space. Let me see. Tell me if I give it justice too here enough. In space, peanut butter taste lighter. Perhaps.
I love it.
Okay.
Reading poetry is really hard, and it's not something I enjoy. I think you did a great job.
He liked that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give myself a round of applause.
Give a round of applause.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So next line. Let's see here.
So we've done hunger and sad, or no, we've done hunger and 16th century.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me some new variables here.
I really want to hear about the melancholy of the future.
Okay, the melancholy.
Also a great band name.
And on future, I know. Man, if we spend too much time up here, we're gonna have a couple new bands. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Guys, we're gonna be live till 9 o'clock. Cause I'm serious. We're gonna start bands if we hang out to each other. So I gotta write the next line. Here we go. I'm gonna go melancholy and future poet. Okay. All right. Melancholy. I think I can do that.
It's familiar.
That common trope to hasten the 7-year itch feeling of malaise. What can it be? A paradise like in some old movie. What can't they see? 'Cause your home don't mean you're living free.
And where else on the internet will you find a stream with a moment of calm?
Okay. I don't know how, I probably should have said a little more future things, but, you tell me how we're going here.
Should I read from the top, or?
Yeah, go ahead, read from the top.
So far we've got in space, peanut butter tastes lighter, perhaps. Gray. Or gray. Again, no jelly. UFO cramps. Great band name. Gray stars. Perhaps.
Okay. What do you think? We got?
I feel a distinct futuristic melancholy from that.
Okay. I love it. A little maybe in 1984, but maybe 2084 now.
Mm-hmm. Something that I like about what you did here too, the gray and the gray, perhaps unlegible here, is the E and the A, right? And that rewards a reader, right? You don't get that when it's spoken, but that rewards reading it on the page.
See, that's a good thing to point out because maybe I was like subconscious, but yes,
And that's something for me is I obsess in poems over punctuation and over line breaks and things.
Yeah.
And none of that matters when you read it out loud.
Right.
And I don't love reading my poetry out loud, so it's fun for me to make it rewarding to a reader.
Yeah. Okay. Third line, here we go. What are we going to do? 8 lines? We're going to do 8. I'm going to make you go... I'm going to make you go sad here.
Sad, all right.
We went melancholy, so I want to keep going down to the
really
depths
just
of that,
plunging.
you know, like... And then, yeah, let's go beat poet on
Okay.
this.
Sad beat poet.
Sad beat poet. Here we go. Ben Baker's writing the third line of our most excellent poem here. Chat, if you have also any ideas about these poems that you want to hear, let us know. And we're just telling you as we write it here. Would highly recommend Gian Davis and Stephen Kramer. Says Jesus96. Thank you, Jesus. Awesome. Thank you for helping us. Yeah, I can't wait to actually go back on this chat and kind of like go read about every one of these poets that everybody's put in. That's really awesome. Thank you guys so much. Give yourself a round of applause. Keep sharing the page. Ben's writing his third line of this very exciting poem that we're writing. Probably the bit. I've already said that it was probably the greatest poem ever before we even started. So I can't wait to see how this ends up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right, guys. Are you zoning, Ben?
Me?
Yeah. Are you like zoning in here?
I hope so.
Well, you can tell me. You don't have to be. I mean, I just... Eventually, in this poem, I bet you're gonna.
Alright.
Okay, here we go.
Beat sad.
Beat sad. You know, it'd be funny, too, if we learn how to develop, like, say each read these a little bit differently.
Yeah, that's some comments there.
Okay, so actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read yours first, and then I'm gonna go back through and read it all the way through. Okay, here we go. So we got sad, and then he was a beat poet. No stars to see anymore. Not now. Not once. I have left my own atmosphere. Perhaps not now. Okay. Very Empire Strikes Back ending there. I don't know. I don't know. I was feeling that. You know what I mean? Okay.
The Empire Strikes Back is the most beat of the Star Wars movies.
We have to redo Empire Strikes Back now as beat poets.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like Jedi, like the saber battles, they just like do a beat poetry battle.
Speak at one another.
It'll be the worst sci-fi movie of all time, guys. Okay, let me try this poem. Here we go. We're writing one of the best poems ever. In space, peanut butter taste. Lighter, perhaps. Gray or gray. Again, no jelly. UFO cramps. Gray stars, perhaps. No stars to see anymore. Not now. Not once I have left my own atmosphere. Perhaps not now. Okay, this is getting really deep. Really deep.
So you've done.
Hi, Leo.
Hi, Leo.
You want to come visit real quick?
The true
Hi.
poet.
Did you guys just get back?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're writing a poem here.
Give it up for Leo, team.
Leo's here. Yay. Flying baby while we write poetry, definitely crucial.
A fan of both peanut butter and space. In his own right.
Okay. Alright, I'm writing the next line here.
Yes. I mean, you've got to write an angry slam poem.
So we gotta go, so going down that hole.
Yeah.
I'll go anger, okay.
And then we're going to end on a happy note.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Anger, and then,
In the slam poetry style.
slam poetry style. Okay, here we go. Fourth line, here we go, guys. One of the greatest poems ever written. What happened to Orangey?
Oh, it's in my hand.
Orangey! Got him.
Important
Okay,
again.
here we go. Okay. Angry. Slam poetess poet.
imagine you're up on that stage. It's 2001. You're in the coffee shop downtown. I want to point out, for those of you who haven't been in here, how cool of a space this is. I mean, you've got literal space. And then this is just such a cool little attic spot up here in the Northeast. It's a cool spot. I've not been out here before. Really happy. Thanks again for Dustyn for having me out, and everybody who's in the chat hanging out. I highly recommend. Oh, this is what you read before. Yes, Stephen Kramer. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to read those. Again, yeah, scrolling back through this chat is going to be a blast.
Okay, I was in it, Ben. I was like,
I'm feeling it.
I was like,
we're in the zone.
Coffeeed up, like it was like.
You had an espresso shot right before you went on stage. You're kind of regretting it now.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, but sure,
that guy's here. You didn't think he was gonna come, but he's here, and now he's gonna have to actually hear your poetry.
That guy I wrote. Like, he didn't show up, so then I...
Every poem you're going to read is about him.
Yeah, he didn't show up, so then I quickly wrote a poem about him, how he sucks.
I've been there.
And then you're on stage and they show up. Okay, but here we go. I got angry here, and I had to do protest slam poetry for this little segment. Here we go. Ben, show them what I did.
Not now. How now? Brown cow, perhaps. Relapse again. Peanut butter in the gutter. Can't take the kid from the fight. Take the fight from the kid.
That was amazing. Okay. So, I think what we gotta do, though, like, I want you to go obviously happy.
We gotta end it on a happy. Little whiplash.
Well, I think I want to end it with hunger. Bring it back.
Hunger again, sure.
Okay, and then all of us can have, forward or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so, he's going happy, and I think you gotta go, Images 20th century here?
Sure, yeah, like an early 20th century.
Metaphor, get a little more metaphor in here.
See there. What would, so many of my favorite poets are from this era, but unfortunately none of them are alive anymore.
We're gonna get more poets on here. More famous ones than Ben.
More famous poets.
No, guy, chat. Think about it though.
You're going to get more. More poets who are famous than me, or a poet?
No. This is the thing though. Like, for the chat and for the people watching this show, I mean, Ben
do you want to see?
Is the most famous poet you guys know. I mean, this is the only one you guys know right now. Tell me you don't know any others. I mean, you guys don't. Ben Baker. Okay,
name
Ben.
Another poet. I dare you.
Name. Oh, you like poetry? Name all of your poet ever. Come on. And then don't forget about Ben Baker.
Have you seen those videos where people go up to a teenager wearing a Metallica t-shirt and they're like, "Can you name 3 Metallica songs right now?" He's like, "I'll give you $50 if you can name 3 Metallica songs."
There's no way they can.
And none of them can.
There's no way they can.
I love it.
Yeah.
Not to shame anybody for not knowing any specific band, but doing that is.
It's sort of a funny shame though, because honestly knowing 3 Metallica songs, which I could,
is also not that hard.
Which which I could do in 3 seconds, is actually kind of lame. It's I'm sorry, I know that so well. Okay.
I gotta think about this.
Okay, you gotta get zoned in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're doing happy. All right.
Happy. Happy. Imagist. 20th century metaphor poet. I know this is Ben's last segment here, so I know he's really gonna bring it home here, and then set me up.
Peanut butter in the gutter. The invocation of the gutter is such a good beat move.
You know it. You know it. That's why I said I went there.
The invocation of the gutter is another great band name.
Yeah. Peanut butter in the gutter has to be a good band name. If you guys want to buy band names off of us, we are writing them in our poem right now.
Non-fungible band names. Get them here.
Louise says Ben the Goat. Yes.
It's just butt fully in the shot while I'm standing here.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Ben, you're white. You don't have a butt.
Maybe we've gotten our peanut butter.
We are happy now. Oh, you can bring it over.
Bring it on.
Alright.
That's okay.
He got one of the...
No way. No way. You got a purple Lamar Jackson. Oh my goodness. No way. That's a special one.
He couldn't wait to show you. It's one of the rare ones.
That's really cool. Well, we can show this actually. We're gonna show it to everybody. My son, he collects these football guys, and he just got a rare, special one. Oh wow, looks really cool. Come here, Leo. You want to see a show? Look, you got him. Here, show him a little bit more.
Autofocus.
Show him in the camera. There you go. You're doing it. Nice job. Thanks, buddy.
He was like, he opened it. He's like, I don't shoot that.
This
Yeah,
is the
that's
one.
amazing.
That's the one we've been waiting
You
for.
got a really rare one, a surprise. Okay, so Ben, are you good, or are you...
I think so. I'm realizing now that it's not. It doesn't read as terribly happy that I'm justifying it now to myself.
Yeah,
in terms of the
that it must be happy.
prompt.
Did you want to add a little bit?
No,
or?
because
Okay.
I mean, honestly, in a lot of sort of early 20th century poetry, happiness
Okay.
is a good. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just gonna bullshit a reason. That's
Look,
the poet's way.
No, because I kind of understand what you're saying here,
Sure.
because you're like, but now I have my peanut butter, which should be the happy occasion of the entire thing, right? At last, and that you should be feeling pretty.
Oh yeah, I'm with you here.
You're on fire here. You got it.
I am with you in rock.
Perhaps at last.